Hello, Recognize7 and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. We continue looking at the My Blood Alone expansion in this Ethiopia Iron Man run. We're trying to pick up a couple of the new achievements. As we rejoin the action from a Twitch stream here, we have been holding off the Italians for a fair few months, but we've started to get a few cracks in the front line, so it's all hands to battle stations as we try and prevent the Italians on a breakthrough. But without any further preamble, let me hand you over to the live Twitch audio. What did I want to check? I want to see what you're up to. Still trying to build a fort there, which is okay, and a fort there, which is actually that's okay. But you two are both in fights. Well, let's build one. We can get a free one in Harar and Iradawa. You'd maybe try and plop one in a sail just for you to work on when you're free. Somewhere to fall back to, just so you're being put to use. I just realized that's empty. Yeah. You fall back to there. Well, actually, they may be about to provide an opportunity here. Yeah, you come around here. Stop this guy marauding too much, but we might be able to cut him off. Okay. Now, whether we can squish them is another question, but this may be an opportunity. What's this guy doing? He's standing still. That's good. Are we still standing up? I don't get it. Okay, this looks promising. Right. Once we're in position, you can kind of stop that foolish attack. You're about to pop in here. Okay. We have some guys cut off. Good. So I'm really just gonna... I need to leave them just to die. I can't force them out at the minute. You're on this line, that's okay. 3 divisions. Okay, you guys are on this. That's fine. Just to babysit them. The problem is going to be if they run air supply ops, which they could do. Then these guys will just happily stay here forever. But at least we've stopped the flood for just now, but it's costing me 2 units. Okay, everything else up here is hunky-dory. How's our escalation? Okay, we've got to hold Addis Ababa, which seems doable. And then just the general war escalating. Okay. I feel like we might have saved it there. How long we got less? Another 30 days on that. Okay, fine. Right, well earned tea break. That was stress inducing. I mean, these guys have no equipment anyway, so they're really not that strong. But yeah, so these guys look not taking attrition, not out of supply, so at least using transports to supply the troops, which is annoying. You know, completely cut off, and yet I can do very little about it. But contained, which is the important part for just now. Once we get 5 mercenary units, I think their first job is going to be trying to squish these guys. And it turns out, actually, this may be a winning move to give them this tile, just so they absolutely attrit to death and waste loads of equipment. So, you know, maybe we could get behind this... the first AI move to give up that tile, if not the one to leave that empty. Ooh, this is looking a little dodge. I'll pull you back slightly. But we've got Yeah, another 70 days after this before we get our new units. As over time, we just get weaker and weaker. Okay, Spanish Civil War doing its thing. Who are you and what are you doing down here? I don't know. But I could... Or it's you I'm thinking of, actually. I could definitely use you. Oh, Horsey here's getting a bit feisty. May or may not give us an opportunity to condense this a little bit if he drains his org. Provided he doesn't break out, of course. Okay, north looks good. So yeah, we really can't push this tile because these guys are in no fit state, so that's okay. That looks like it's holding. I'm tempted to pull you guys down to the south, actually. I mean, you're pretty weak anyway. I've already got 4 infantry on that tile. Okay. I think that's a better balance. You need to reinforce there. He's given up on his foolish attack. In fact, let's get you to reinforce there and then come back. Please? And thank you. Ah, I speak. They're pushing attack, but yeah. Even my 1 half-strength unit is holding them off. Good. So what happens at level 6? Army morale boosted. Alright. Unrest in the colonies for Italy. Good. I like it. Right, we've got Hindenburg Wall. No immediate effect, but we should be able to get... No! That's only if you go down that route. Oops. Okay. Well, I may have missed my... Well, yeah, maybe that's misplay. I think that's better. A better focus than that one. We can get a plus 10% division defense anyway, which we're probably going to do. And we have some choices around here. You can also get your irregulars to be awesome. The only problem with coming down this way and making your regulars awesome is you're locked out of this focus, which removes your minus 15% research speed debuff, which hurts. But maybe we don't care. Right, what else can we do? We could head down here. We get... Oh, actually, that improves Haile Selassie himself, as well as giving us some more org. And that gives our infantry attack speed. I like this. Okay, we just make some people better. Research for tank and armor. Maybe not. Oh, equipment. I'd like equipment. Is that more or less important than 10% division defense? Oh. No, I think we're going to have to come down here and try and get down to that one. So I need them guns quite badly. More than I need to make my irregulars bigger. Alright, let's do that. We shall rally around the Emperor. His Majesty Haile Selassie is the linchpin that holds our diverse empire together. In this time of crisis, we must put aside our petty grievances and rally behind him. The very survival of Ethiopia and its people are at stake. I'm so upset about those mercenaries. I'm not. They were going to be my answer for lancing this boil. But still. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We should be able to get next 4 months, or we'll get up to 2 more levels. And there's always hope. Can I go help out there, please? Okay. Love for the day we'll be able to push back. Oh, oh, okay. Planning speed, maybe. Cavalry, no. XP, cheaper land doctrine is pretty good. Entrenchment speed. Maybe, but we're pretty static. I think I'm probably going down professional to get experience gains quicker. And cheaper land doctrines in the long run. Or quick improvisation to get the planning speed, which I'm not really using right now. I'm not really using land doctrines either, though, to be fair. Yeah, the army XP is nice. Oh, that convinced me. Okay, still need to get my 40th telephones so I can get a field marshal. Not that I have a particularly good candidate. Why don't you come over there? But the north is holding. I'm tempted to try and pull out one more irregular unit, which is probably asking for trouble. You're both involved in this attack. This may provide an opportunity. Maybe. Of course, the fact we're losing defense is not a great place to start. Also reinforced with this guy. And potentially we could counter. I would quite like you to go down here, actually. Actually, come take this. That's not the route I want you to take. I want you to actually take a train down to here. And then we're going to pop in behind these guys. And maybe if we can change their minds. If we get them to expense their organization in a fruitless attack, we can mop them up. I actually want you to defend that instead. I don't know. Where's the fourth dude? Oh, it's here. Cool. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, hello. Okay, well that's actually... yeah, not that great. Even while he's attacking somewhere else, we're struggling to win. Right, quick check everywhere else, make sure I'm not neglecting anything. You are going to reinforce that, please, and thank you. Yeah, don't bother. No, that's fine. We can always push the horse out after the attack fails. Not worth our time and effort to really expend resources doing this. Right, slowly building forts are everywhere. This could be it though, if they push it to the end, which I'm hoping they do. We should be able to mop them up, which will free up a couple more units to defend our lines, and provide a rare moral victory for the boys. Yes, they're winning the battle, but we have ways and means. Okay, we're going to do the Emperor Stays. Oh, can we not do the board in the train? Oh, we're going to set a potential host country. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to stay. So we're going to move slightly towards the Mechanate side. Where are we in that? Because I don't want to be too far over. Still want to keep my little bonuses. No, that's fine. Despite pleas from advisors, His Majesty Haile Selassie has taken the heroic decision to remain in Ethiopia and continue the fight alongside his brave warriors. He can bring us victory in the Empire's darkest times. Hoorah! Pretty sure that's what the Ethiopians say. It's pretty good though. I've not held the south for this long previously, he says as he gets a very nervous position down here. You go in there, please. Come on, use your org. You know you want to... Oh, sugar puffs. Yeah, we have held for a long time. Unfortunately, not quite long enough. Let's get the concept of support equipment. And I suppose we'll think about research. And we'll make slightly better guns. Although, do I want slightly better guns? What's the difference in cost? Almost negligible, so that's okay. Although the production efficiency loss is a bit poop. Right. Maybe come time to give up this desert. I'll come hold these two tiles instead. Ideally want to mop these guys up before they close the line anywhere. Oh, I'll tell you what I should be doing. Hang on. That. So we get some planning prep bonus, which may help us just push these guys out. You're gonna come here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You guys can stop the attack. I really don't need to go there. That's better. This is a... No, you... Come back. Stay. Stay. Wow, no, why are you going here? Recognize this is a front line that needs defended. You guys are all still holding like champs. Oh, 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 you have stopped attacking. So I'm gonna do that. They're all both stopped. I'm upset with Star Taxi. And we might be able to do it here. That's a good start. I feel like I'm juggling at the minute. And occasionally I drop a ball. Occasionally. Right, you're coming here, you're going to come here. Why are we just mass stacking this one tile? Honestly, AI, do you not understand? If you defend a single tile, the army will just walk around you. And the key here is as soon as this attack finishes, we need to reverse it on that infantry unit. Like so. Even if we don't win it, hopefully we can push them down. Oh, apparently I've already got this one. So, another thing you may be aware of, they've added like, what do they call it? Well, I think they're calling them awards or badges or something or other. It's just stuff you get for playing that isn't achievements. So for people who don't like to play in Iron Man all the time, you can now get little things that say, you've done a thing. So that's what that was. This is looking a little hairy. Stuff to get. You like stuff, yeah. You've pulled out. This is good. No, don't go back there. There's where we're actually defending. Here's where the problem is. Yeah, let's go here and we'll pull our regular infantry out because you have no org. Oh, we should have checked. Yep, other guy is not in the fight. See, this is the problem I did last time. Still we are. If you pull him out before this guy gets in the fight, then you auto lose. That's why I lost one of the tiles up there that we lost. Okay, come on, I need to kill this horse before this guy gives up. Okay, he's now in the fight. You can pull out, and you can come in with almost no org, but that's fine. We'll make do. Please tell me some more escalation. Oh, okay, so we could do that's for government and exile stuff. We're not doing that. How's our war support? We have taken a bit of a battering from casualties. This is a new mechanic here. So instead of just like boosting war support, this offsets malices. So you, what's that? 180 days is 26 weeks. Times 0.6 is numbers. What's that, like 15-ish? So you get up to 15% more support back from the combat casualties. I've only lost 3, so it's not the end of the world at the minute. It actually might be worth trying to boost their stability a little bit. Stability is terrible. I don't really care about that stuff. I think it's a better mechanic. I think, and makes a lot more sense. Whereas if you bomb someone, you inflict a lot of casualties, they lose support for the war. It feels a little more realistic. Okay, we've got 142. What else could we do? More high command? More high command. That might be not bad, this air support thing. Entrenchment speed, meh. Recovery rate. It's all probably pretty useful, actually, as well. Probably pretty useful. Let's do it. How's our balance? Oh, not quite at the 2 pip stage yet. We're not far off it. Oh, we've lost millions of men, smiley face. Yeah, that kind of thing. No! That's bad timing. Ah, no. Well, this is also bad timing. Yeah, we might not be. We may be able to condense them. I'm not sure we're going to take them both out. And here is a dodgy looking thing. And of course you're going over there, because why wouldn't you? Why would you want to go anywhere else? You come around here. We'll get Phil to file you in there. You just stand still. You know what we'll do? Since you're pretty much dead anyway, just stand there for a little bit, would you please? Okay. Oh, you're attacking again. Excellent. That's really good. We just need to somehow kill this bloomin' horse. Oh, Mordred Viking. Thanks for the raid, my man. And all your Viking followers, welcome on in. I hope you had enjoyed your time with By Blood Alone. Who are you guys playing as? And for anyone that don't know me, I am Red27. I am a strategy gamer, both on Twitch and the YouTubes. And I enjoy things like Hearts of Iron. Pigeon, thanks for the follow. Right now we are attempting, no you stay there, to hold Italy at bay. And we're managing, we're in September 36. Despite AI trying its best to leave gaps in my defensive lines. We're getting there slowly. Your arch enemy. Oh, were you guys playing as Italy? Right, come on, get there. You get there. This tile I can lose. That's not a problem because we've got better place to fall back. This one, not so much. That puts a big bulge in our lines we can't deal with. Ah, you're Italy. Nice. I've not dabbled with the new Italian focusry. Obviously, it's just come out. How was it? Cult of Bussolini. Ah, interesting. Okay, north looking pretty. I'm happy with that. I need to lance this. It's slow. It's painful, and I need to hold this. Okay, our Emperor is staying. So we're going to go for the line stands firm, which will give us 5% org for all our irregulars. By the conquering line of a tribe of Judah, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie has proved to be a capable warrior. We must rally the troops by showing them the strength of our Emperor as he fights alongside them and demonstrates the Italian war machine can be defeated, and will. Also, we get defense skill, which is pretty nice. Because we're already sitting at 4-7, so up to 8. Ooh, improv. Yeah, I like that. Movement speed is pretty good for me shuffling around. Let's grab that. You think I'm promote a field marshal now? Only the rubbish guy. This dude, because he's cheap. I need 40 for these fellows, which I feel like I'm constantly 6 CP away. Ah, I spent it on his power. That's why I feel like I'm constantly a few CP away from a field marshal. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, honest. Right, this... Oh, come on, just die. Holding. Yes, I'm always tempted. Do I pull one more unit out from up here? Seems bold. But we may have to do it short term. No, you are now going to come down here and help us hold this tile, as is one of you chaps. Although, yeah, we need to watch here, but I really need these 3 units back and in the line. Cool. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, I'm out of tea. I think that's the worst thing that's happened all night. Alright, oh, go. If you lose that province, you also lose this around. Yes, that is true. This is, this, this is critical, but, you know, actually putting people on my front line is also a smart thing to do, but the AI, for whatever reason, this entire time has loved just leaving massive gaps in our front line. Which is how this happened in the first place. But hey, let's not moan about that. These guys don't know that they're taking advantage of that, thankfully. God dang it. It's okay. Well, that was interesting timing. Right. You're pushing in against that. You are coming down here, which I think is fine. Hopefully we can block this fellow off, which we should do as long as we can grab someone quickly. Like you. So what happened there is we just didn't have the right people in the fight. So although we had guys with organ strength, they were still sitting in reinforcements. So the ones actively fighting lost, so retreated. Something you always work, which is sometimes hard to see. Like, I don't know if you have maybe a good example. Now we're all in the fight there. But yeah, be aware of that. You like how the black shirts can be seen to be black shirts? Yeah. I, of course, am an absolute sucker that spends money on cosmetics. I mean, spends most of my time playing at this level, where I see none of them. But yeah, they're nice when you actually look at them. Alright, you don't need to attack anymore. You're holding here. You guys are not winning this fight. Which is disappointing. Field March time. Thank you, Grass. Okay. Oh, we get given Field Marshal at some point. We can be our own Field Marshal and the General. Surely not. Well, we got to do it. That amuses me. Brilliant. So, needless to say, I think there's a few things need to be ironed out with the update. Okay, we can go offensive or defensive. I don't really need the max entrenchment. I probably prefer the +1 attack. I'm tempted to go organization first, actually. It's only a 2% boost to reinforce rate, but we have lost a few battles because our reinforcements haven't made it in. We don't have, obviously, signal companies or radios or anything like that. So I think that's a good place to start. Can I buy more? I can buy more. Ooh. Do you know what? Let's get offensive. I was tempted to go charismatic, help our org recover, but nah. Right. This is a horribly long front line. Not sure there's much we can do about that. Yeah, of course. Now you're all going to stand on this tile after I tell someone forcefully to defend it. Right, but it does also limit their ability to do multiple attacks. Apart from here is pretty weak, but so what, right? We give that tile up, we step back, it's not the end of the world. Oh well, apparently I've learned a mission badge. Lovely. Is there any way we can force this through? I don't want to stop, because they'll regain their org. Because Italy has been using supply drones, so to speak. So why don't maybe you come and join the fight, and some of you guys shuffle over. I would also love to try and nab their equipment. I'm not even in this fight. I mean, at some point I can throw you in. Or you could just do it yourself. Interesting. Which actually turns the balance quite strong in our favour still. Oh, green! Okay. Especially if we can kill his org, he's dead. Nowhere to go. Our fear here is they then counterattack me while I'm busy. We shall see. North looks pretty. I'm happy with the north. And do you know what? I think this little tile here has been key in getting them to just waste their efforts. Less men and their bleeding equipment here. So I would advise giving up that tile if anyone's having to go with this. For Yabello, how's our escalation going? Ah, it's going like this. So we should get army morale boosted and they get unrest in the colonies. Love it. Oh, horse has died. Sad for the horse, but by holding out this long against these odds, morale among common soldiers began to pick back up again. The initial enthusiasm had died. Many started taking eventual defeat for granted. But now there's some talk of possible victory once more. There are also clear signs of units adjusting to a new style of fighting. Huzzah! Ooh. 10 defense and 5 org. I like that. I will take that very much, thank you. Well, at some point we're going to need some offensive modifiers to push out these Italians. We've killed 2 units! Huzzah! That's quite an accomplishment, actually. Well, I say that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 3% to go. How is the casualties looking? I'll wait till midnight. Midnight's just ticked, actually. 53,000 to 81k. I mean, that's not particularly impressive, but it's good that we're winning. Dominions break with the crown. Oh, this could be useful if Britain goes really decolonization, so we can nab bits of Africa. We shall have to be a strong empire in Africa. Okay, excellent. We have a whole bunch of units freed up. We can come now hold this longer front line. But of course, why? Why would I send anyone down to this tile? It's not like we're trying to defend it. Now, my biggest problem now is this. Although it's not got bigger, so that's something. We're nowhere near producing any new factories. We do have... What's your modifiers now? Still the Army of Africa disheartened. And I don't know what the unrest in the colonies actually does to your troops. Can I delete the front and remake it? Yeah, we can give that a go. A fair point. If in doubt, turn it off and on again. We can do the same up here. Although here's now steady, actually. Now we've got this. We are using one fallback, but it's fine. You know, Grass, you might be onto something. Yeah, their equipment is rubbish. This is a good sign for us. Italy is burning through lots of things. I wonder when we could go for the fabled push. Problem is, if we go too early, we cause ourselves lots of problems. So let's wait till this goes, which will give us more army morale. Oh no, that was just... what? Oh, that wasn't even the thing. Ha! That was an extra event. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. You're a military genius. Definitely. You're like Haile Selassie, who can be his own boss. I don't really want Guerrilla Fighter. Thank you very much. Can I do anything here? Upgrade you? No. You're level 6 though, that's nice. What about you, my friend? Other Haile Selassie. Imprisoned Emperor? Okay. Yeah, I need to like sort out my political advisors and all that stuff you normally do in 36. Which we've not really had the time for. Oh, that's worrying. Well, not really. If we do lose that, it's not a problem. That's more worrying. Let us shuffle along the line, please. Good. Yeah, they're always going to have the air as the one thing. Force attack, eh? Just how weak are you going to end up, my friend? If we stretched ourselves pretty thin... No, I want you over this way. So one of you is going to have to help out over here. Although, again, not that I really care if I lose Wal, but... might as well try and defend it. Yeah, I wonder... Well, we're going to win this fight first, and I wonder if we could potentially try a limited counterattack, given how weak they may end up. We shall see. We shall see. Is it actually the same guy as the General Field Marshal? Yeah, they're both... he's also our Emperor. He's all the jobs. There you go. Hail Selassie. Hail Selassie. Hail Selassie. It's one of these like, oh, you guys are incompetent, I'll just do it myself. Where are you off to, bud? Oh no, you come down here. Hang on, 6 divisions on this fallback line. What? Who's done strange things and why? No, you guys stay here. Now you guys stay here. You're staying here. Who else is on this line? You. Oh, you're gonna stay down here. Good? Good. The new wrangle, yeah. Although, yeah, it's not really a jaunty hat. It's a hat. We all know the importance of jaunty hats. Like, I feel like, can we push? Maybe. Is it worth it? Not really, giving up a mountain tile for desert tile. Not until we can push in earnest. Like, oh... Oh, hello. Well, this is interesting. Italy has declared war on the Italian Union. So we've now got the Socialist Republic Italiana with Mussolini, and we've got the Italian Union with the committee. Awesome. This could be advantageous. Oh, yeah. They're all on the other side. Brilliant. So, are we at war with which one? That one, okay. Well, things just got interesting. Okay. Let's go get ourselves some heroes of Ethiopia, because I'm not that interested in tanks and planes at the minute. Many of our military leaders have proven themselves to be excellent strategists. Despite the enemy's overwhelming material advantage, our military leaders have ground their advance to a halt. We must reward these heroes for their contribution to Ethiopia's continued survival. So, let's see if we can't nab some ports. Now we will lose control of this, because if the Union win the Civil War, so we'll have to see how that goes. In the short while, let's take everything we can. So we'll have to be careful, and we'll keep an eye in case they start losing territory here and here. It looks like we've lucked out here. I say lucked out. We are in this non-aggression pact. I mean, sure. Is that? No. Well, let's not get too cozy with you. Yes, our priorities are currently aligned. May not stay that way. Oh, hello. We have found some Italians. You see if you can get down the coast. If you get the coast, you get the ports. You've got it all, my friends. Someone needs to stay here. Oh, I think this is the new track. It's the, what's it called? Bella Ciao. I can get behind that. That's cool. Some cool groovy music. Why are you not attacking? Or, no, walking into an empty tile. Okay, let's get this full surrounded. Okay, the ports are ours. We will need to garrison them. You're kind of miles away from anywhere. Congratulations, you have a job. And you can do the other one when you've finished grabbing these two. Looks like the Union will mop up in the north before we get there. Meanwhile, you need a little bit of support. You guys are moving that way, that's fine. Yeah, go on, take some land. Take Asmara. They just want to stand there, then fine. Although I fear they probably want to use these troops rather than just have them stranded in Africa. But hey, who am I to tell the rebels what to do? Beautiful. Alright. We'll hold off there for just now. We will finish off this guy. We're probably not going to win. Well, we might win, actually. These guys can't take the port. Maybe we can. What we really want to do is let these guys all die, let him take the land, and then come in behind him and nab it. But that may be unlikely. Oh. Although, apparently it's more likely than you think. Beautiful. Yep, I think it's time to finish off this chap. Sweet! Of course, resistance because we don't produce any equipment. Yeah, garrisons and operations, fine. Now what will happen to the rebel territories? Yeah, so I don't know. If the Italian Union win, I don't even know if we give them that back. It's a bit odd sometimes. And I also don't know if this counts as winning. For the Line That Roared achievement. Not that that's the end of the world, but I like little trinkets. Okay, and presumably we escalated the war a little. Oh, it's gone. Huh, that's odd. Unless this is an outcome of the war. Of the escalation. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we're friends. Can I have my land back? Does everyone want Estonia? Mass attack. Into the mountains. Mountain port? That doesn't seem right. Okay, good. Do we still have one factory? Sorry, 3 factories. Production. That one. Yeah. Oh my god, we're 10,000 guns in the hole. Let me guess, garrisons? Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be painful. Okay, on the plus side, hopefully the guns we get through our focus will go straight to that. And if we do end up in a time of relative, I don't know if it's going to be peace, but non-war, that'll be good. So actually what we really want to happen here is the Repubblica Sociale Italiana to beat the Italian Union. We then mop up the bits in Africa, and then we take the focus here, which pieces them out and gives us control over the bits we currently have, I believe. What does this do? Resistance growth. Yeah, appliance speed. Okay, that's not interesting. Legitimacy gain. Not that interesting. Okay, it looks like we're going to win the Battle of Masua. And there we go, undead mountain unit. And it's just what to do with these guys. Let's, for argument's sake, put a couple of divisions on here. Just so we know what's going on. You can come down here. You can come down here as well. You can come down here. What's that leave? 11 up here? That seems fine. There'll be 5 more freed up when we're done. Excellent. Modify the government. Ooh, interesting. So now we could actually think about, my god, post-war things. Lack of resources penalty. Actually, that could be pretty useful right now. Because we don't have any resources, as you can see with this. Is that the most key thing to do at this stage? Perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I need the guns. I think that's going to do more than the... absolute lost for thought. It's going to do more than something. Oh, the annoying people got there first. Look at these guys. Veterans. Right, I probably need a few more down here. Just in case things get slightly gnarly. Let's grab all my cool irregular dudes. You can come down here. Give you an order. And all of you. So we've got 13. Let's make it 12 and that looks good. Oh yeah, we don't have the ports. There's no point defending it. Okay. Oh hey, we have more points. I wasn't paying enough attention. Also, how are we down here? I mean, we could swing pretty hard, but we don't need it right now. So maybe just hold where we are. Because actually, long term, I'd like to try and swing over to the mech on its side, so we can get this kind of stuff. Yeah, when we move away from irregulars to infantry. It's not as fun as the regulars have been. I think ultimately we want a regular army, which means we need to be slightly on the on these people's side. So maybe let's spend a little bit doing this, sliding slightly in that direction. A Japanizer. Interesting. But that's not interesting. Finance. Consumer goods fact. I mean, maybe more lack of resources penalty in factory output. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I can't get most other people because of 150. Yeah, that's fair. If I could have 150, what would I want? None of these are really screwing me. Let's get Minister of Finance. I hear money's good. Okay. Mechanical engineering done. Let's do mechanical computing. Oh my god, that takes a long time. That's not ahead of time or anything. No, it's just because we're rubbish at research. Awesome. Yeah, support companies. I hear they're nice. I doubt we've got the industry to actually build support companies. Oh, we should probably get some industry techs. I hear they're also useful. Okay, got up to speed 4, and really it's going to be all eyes on having civil war, which looks like the Union's winning. What do we know about you? You've got 20-something divisions. You've got probably slightly more. Here's Ethiopia, lovely jubbly. We'll do some volunteers to get extra guns, because I need guns. Across the world, oppressed peoples look to Ethiopia as a symbol of hope in the struggle against overwhelming imperialist aggression. Now, people from beyond our borders have begun to rally behind Ethiopian banners to fight alongside us. It seems there are still those who are willing to see the dream of freedom, who are unwilling to see the dream of freedom snuffed out in the whims of the Comitato di Liberazione Nazionale. So many things are nice to have, I do agree. Okay, I think beyond it looks a bit weird, but peace in our time. What if we get? We're at war, so we can't. It'd be funny if we could send some volunteers, help them out. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? Yeah, nationalists look to be in a pretty strong position. Oh, we have more points. This one. Ooh, hello. Education reforms. 5% research speed. Yes, please. I don't know what causes these things to turn up. Time is on our side. Ooh, Pakistan's been spat out. Okay. That's early. What else is going on? Let's have a look at the world. I've not really looked at the world. What are you doing? You have gone... fallen government. Okay. I can't remember which path that goes down. Is that back to the monarchy, empire stuff? For once, Germany has not gone empire on a non-historical focuses. So he's stayed true to his Nazi roots. These guys have stayed democratic. You're just a massive communist. Fair. Any other interesting ones? Not really. Oh. Maybe a democratic Romania. See if that stays. Okay. The Union struggle a bit since there's so many troops trapped in Africa. You are right. Call me Greece. Not yet. It could be. Yeah, they've got... Although... Yeah. 5 of their divisions trapped here. Well, they have a port, so these guys can leave. Which they're doing. You can stop. Boop, boop. We're at war, kind of. Will you give me stuff? It won't help your war effort. No. Just checking. I probably don't have any convoys. No, I got 5 of them. I have 5 boats. Okay, there goes Estonia, so the communists have won. There you go. So that'll save them being capitulated to the Russia later. So the question is, right, got volunteers done. So I can't do this while we're in a civil war. So we're going to end up a little bit in limbo, I think, up until that civil war resolves itself. And then we can become the King of Kings. If we own all of Ethiopia, which we will. The Lord of Lords, elect of God. Awesome. Now, I'm sure there's something in here. At some point, you can end up going for Jerusalem. Jerusalem. I can't speak. The Empire of Ascom, if you can follow Aden, Eritrea, Yemen, French Somaliland, Kassala, Khartoum, the Blue Nile. Okay. Hey, more liquor. Thanks to follow. Alright, so we'll head down and see how much of that stuff we can play around with. I think once we have finished our volunteers, in the interim we're probably going to focus a little bit on industry. Try and get that going. Research has also been nice. I want it all. Oh yeah, I want it all. Okay, and we're going to probably lean slightly one it with this stuff. Hang on. I can't get this because all own states are not controlled by Ethiopia. Because of... I mean, I own most of the states. That's not even mine. I own most of these ones. Or maybe locked out of that. Okay. Regional ruler wants to produce more arms. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Military factory, yes please. If I got to spend a little bit more time and effort keeping us moving this way, then fine. We'll have to look at the next one, but that's too good to give up. Not when we're crying out for guns here. Because this resistance is brutal. Our basic one should be martial law, and then we'll tweak it down thereafter. Yeah, yeesh. Come on, guys, I'm your African bros. Can't we all be friends? And that's where we're going to draw this one to a close. So a victory almost against the Italians here, having managed to drag the war on long enough and cause unrest within Italy, but they've fallen into a civil war. Obviously the problem being is that we won't technically end the war until that civil war resolves itself. So we're a little bit at limbo here, and we'll have to see how the civil war and the new Italy interfere with the rest of Ethiopia's mechanics. As ever with these Paradox games, sometimes things can not work quite as intended, but we'll see how it goes. We're also having serious problems with garrisoning, huge manpower and equipment losses, and there's not much we can do about that. But it's slightly unfortunate, but we will just deal with that as we go on. But that's where we're going to leave it for today, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio!